Hi, my friends. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. Has your food program been a little bit wonky this past month? Well, you'll have that. It's hard to be as 100% committed as a lot of people are. You know, those that do okay this season seem to have a lot of motivation and momentum to keep them going. And I'm really glad they do, because I need to listen to them or read about them on the websites or in podcasts. It's important for me to see that people, no matter what, are choosing their way of eating and sticking with it and not being deterred, right? So if your food program has been a little bit wonky this past month, consider pulling in the reins. Consider getting to the other side and going back to what worked for you. That little bit of eking and slipping and sliding can just be so troublesome. It's so hard to get 100% abstinent and clean again. How do I know? Well, you know, it happens to the best of us. And I haven't had sugar or grains for the past 16, 17 months. And that is just such a relief to me. So following the keto food plan, and I keep my carbs a little bit higher than the strict 20 carb people. I hover between 30 and 40 each day. It seems to work for me, even with my few pesky pounds that I've put on. But I know that I can overload on vegetables, which is so funny. But Dr. Berg always talks about the unrefined carbs, which are vegetables. And he says not to pay attention to them. I know some people, I've seen some, what I eat in a day, and a green vegetable hasn't passed their lips in days or weeks, maybe months. And that's not for me, because I do like my vegetables, and I do like the feeling that they are doing something with the nutrition in them for me, and the fiber as well. So here we are on the eve, kinda, of 2017, and some people do their goals and what they'd like to achieve. Other people, it's just another day. It's just you have to, when you're writing out a check or something like that, it just is a 7 instead of a 6. I'm kind of like that. I kind of like to treat each day as just a day. No big deal. I track my food. I eat my food. I adjust my food. And then I do the same thing the next day. And it just keeps me right-sized with my food plan. Tonight, I'm having a fathead pizza. So I'm very excited about that. And I have one of those about every 5 or 6 weeks. And if you don't know what a fathead pizza is, Google it. It's really delicious. It's very low carb. It's made with almond flour or almond meal flour, mozzarella cheese, and pizza sauce and toppings. And I use pepperoni. I keep it simple. I'm still 5 years old. I want my pepperoni. So that will definitely be a treat. And so that's how I'm rolling with that today. And I'm very grateful for it. You know, I love my food plan, and I never really get tired of what it is. I read what some people have, and I get pulled into it, like how to have something besides bacon and eggs every morning. And so some people throw out some really great ideas. One person put, you know, have a salad with meat on it, and I understand that part. But they were talking about melted cream cheese and sour cream and things like that, and it sounds interesting. And just think of what we can have on this food plan. Ah, it's so divine. So that's how I'm rolling. Fathead pizza tonight. There's no fruit in my food plan anymore. I came to the end of my organic berries, and maybe a whole month ago. maybe even longer than that. And so now I don't have the fruit, and I'm totally acclimated to it. I have a half ounce of nuts after my lunch and my first meal of the day. And right now it's macadamia nuts and cashews, and quarter of an ounce of each of them. And yes, in the dish it looks very, very small, but by the time I've finished with them, the signal to my brain is, you've had a good meal, and now you can just carry on with what you were going to do next. And I definitely like that, because I like that signal in my brain that I've had enough. And I don't have a huge lunch. Oftentimes when I go out with my friend, I'll have, an omelet at this restaurant, maybe with a side of bacon. And that's at 9 a.m. And at 3, I'm still full as I prepare the final meal of the day. I guess it's what works for me. So I hope that you're happy with your food plan. I hope that you are tracking and getting enough liquids in and doing all the next right things with it. It definitely works for me. And so I'm feeling a little boring today talking to you because I'm just touting the same thing. But if you've been, I guess this is more a message for people that have done a little slipping and sliding for the last month and really want to tighten it up. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be some internal resistance. And, if you track and pay attention and just do it and get rid of all those triggers in the house, you'll probably be better off. I know for me that sometimes putting things away so that I'm not squinting at them, that isn't the case for me today, because like I said, I just live for each day and plan it, and there's not a lot of triggering things in my house anymore. It takes a while, but it also takes 100% commitment. And if you are there for that, dive in and enjoy the ride, because 100% commitment means no matter what. So that means if you've got a trigger going on and you see a visual, you work your way through it. You just say, boo-hoo for me. This is how life is. People aren't me, and they eat things that I can't, and that's okay. I love that saying, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, right? And so, monitor yourself and know that there might be a little bit of a withdrawal, a hangover, as you tighten it back up again, but that's okay. Throw out all those things that had the sugar, that had the grain, and you will be better for it. You don't like looking at it. It's really making you crazy. So put it in your trash and cover it up with something that you wouldn't dream of going through to get to it. Yes, I'm familiar with retrieving something from the trash and eating it. My food addiction was that bad. Oh, I'm having my bulletproof coffee, and it's just divine. So, this has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, and pulling back the reins and tightening it up again might be something that is on your short list of things that you need to do in the next few days. Good for you. I so honor that. Falling off the rails is something that can happen. But if you pull it back in and you say, okay, that's it, game over, stuff's going, good for you. It's really, really awesome. And especially if you're home now and you've done your traveling for the holiday and things like that, and, all of the things that other people in your family might have gotten for Christmas that comes under the heading of candy or something like that, if it's out of your sight, hopefully it'll help to be out of your mind. And you can just get back on the way of eating train that works for you. I don't think candy's on anybody's food plan that listens, right? Have a wonderful day. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.